mental illness impacts every single one of us. It's just a matter of how. So if you're looking to learn more about yourself, or maybe you're going to attend the session to learn more about a loved one, but anyone really can benefit from attending our session.
I would definitely agree with that. And I think the one thing that I always see when there's something mental health related in the news is, in comment sections and, when people respond to things, there's a huge lack of empathy and awareness and education about what it is to live with mental illness. And, when people think of mental illness, they think of, the worst case scenario. And they envision, the person that they envision in their head who's living with mental illness, is usually the complete opposite of what most people who live with mental illness are like. We have jobs, we have families, we are productive, people and citizens, and we're responsible, and, we are creative. We live our lives, and I think that anyone who would like to gain a better understanding of what it's like to experience this or to live with this, anyone who would like to gain some more empathy and understanding, and so that way if they come across someone, whether it's a friend, coworker, family member who might be struggling, even if they don't have a diagnosis, even if they're just going through a very rough time, I think coming to this session would help them be a little more empathetic and be a little bit more compassionate towards people that they come in contact with.
I would definitely agree. And just to build on what Adrienne just said, I think that having mental illness, I have panic disorder, but I also have PTSD. And living with PTSD and panic and depression, I really have become more aware of other people and their emotions, so I tend to be more empathetic. I think that that's something that we can really discuss in the session, is that people with mental illness tend to have heightened empathy because we know what it's like to experience pain.
Definitely.
I believe in dreaming big and telling the universe what you want. So if this conversation at BlogHer could spark one thing, one emotion, one course of action for its attendees, what would each of you hope that would be? And Adrienne, let's start with you.
Wow. If it could spark one thing, I hope it would help people get in the arena, whether they're living with a mental illness or whether they're not, whatever kind of challenge that they might be facing in their life. I hope that hearing us talk about our lived experiences would help embolden them to step into an area that maybe they've been avoiding or they've been too afraid to, maybe step up to a line and declare something, whether it's just to themselves or whether it's to someone else or whether it's to, their audience online. I hope that it just gives them the courage to step into the arena and dare to just live and to just be as they are.
What about you, Sarah? What would be that one thing that you would hope that the attendees would be able to gain from attending this session?
I want people to walk away from our session realizing that they can. Because so often the voice in your head when you're living with mental illness, and I can speak from personal experience, tells you, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You should just give up. Just stop. And I want people to know that when I created Stigma Fighters, it came out of absolutely nothing. I was at the lowest point in my entire life. I was separated from my husband. I'm also a single mother, like Adrienne was. And I was separated from my husband. I came out of an abusive relationship, and I had he was verbally abusive, and I was going through a really low point, and my mental health was being used against me in the court system to try to take my children away from me. And I fought against that by creating Stigma Fighters, and I said, I'm taking my power back, and I'm going to show the world that you can be successful and have a mental illness, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show people that they can. I'm going to give people a place that they can share what they've experienced and show the world that mental illness does not have a face. It looks different on every person, and that I'm going to show people that you can and you will accomplish your dreams.
Tell people where they can find you online. Sarah, you want to go first?
So you can find me on Twitter at OSNSMom. It's old school, new school mom, so it's OSN as in Nancy, S as in Sam, mom.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Oh, and then, sorry, you can also go and find out more about Stigma Fighters at stigmafighters.com.
Awesome. What about you, Adrienne? Facebook, Twitter, website. How can somebody be part of this Facebook group?
If you would like to be a part of the Facebook group I will go ahead and just give you the name for the platform that we're building online. It's called Tessera. It's called Tessera Collective, and it's TESSERA Collective. And you won't really be able to find the support group if you search for it on Facebook because it is secret.
Sure.
But you can reach out to me and message me. I'm Adrienne Nieves on Facebook. I am also at Addie, ADDYE, capital B, on Twitter. You can send me a tweet and say, hey, I'd like to connect with you, and possibly, join the support group that you have for women of color. And I can talk with you further about that and get you into the group. And then also, most of my mental health writing is on my old blog, which is ButterflyConfessions.com. But I do have a new website where I've kind of combined my art, activism, and my writing all under one house, and that is addib.com, ADDYEB.com.
I just want to say thank you to both of you. I am really, really looking forward to not only just going to the session, but meeting you in person, giving you a big old hug, as I like to do, because, I'm that's kind of the person that I am. But just meeting these great warriors out there for women who are trying to live life in their fullest and most perfect self. And I just appreciate what you two are doing. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having us. This was really, really great, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much for having us, and we do enjoy hugs.
This is a big deal for me. I would be lying if I said I wasn't even just a little nervous. I mean, I'll be in the same space as people like Ava DuVernay, Patrice Marie Cullors, Feminista Jones, and other warrior women who I look up to and whose work I follow so that I can learn and do my part to building a better world. I fully plan on meeting all of these women. I don't know how, but I plan on it. And at least hugging them to say thank you for the impact they have had on not just my life, but also in the world of art and of activism. I don't get starstruck, I get activist struck. And these women are definitely my activist crush. And I hope I don't come off like a stalker, but I just want to say thank you. If you are attending BlogHer this year, please let me know how we can connect. At the conference, I will be hosting 90-second mini interviews called Mini Pods to talk about your experience at BlogHer'15 and how you will be using what you have learned to change the world. I believe that it takes all of us to change the world, and I want to talk to you. So drop me an email at Michelle@agirlsguide or find me on Twitter at agirlsguide, and that is spelled AGURLZGUIDE. I look forward to connecting with all of you. And make sure that you also visit agirlsguide.org to read articles that I have written and add Back to Us Radio Network to your podcast favorites on Stitcher. I will see you at BlogHer'15, Experts Among Us, presented by She Knows Media. BlogHer'15, Experts Among Us, will be held in New York City from July 16th through the 18th, 2015. She Knows Media is the #1 lifestyle digital media company with more than 80 million unique visitors per month and nearly 160 million social media fans and followers. The company operates a family of leading media properties that include SheKnows.com, BlogHer.com, StyleCaster.com, DailyMakeover.com, and DrinksMixer.com. With a mission of women inspiring women, She Knows Media is revolutionizing the publishing industry by forging a new kind of model that seamlessly integrates users, editors, and content creators into a single platform designed to empower all women to discover, share, and create. Whether it's parenting or pop culture, fashion or food, DIY or decor, their award-winning editorial team, experts, bloggers, and social media influencers produce authentic and on-trend content every day. She Knows Media is based in New York and Scottsdale, Arizona, with offices in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Belmont, California. She Knows Media also operates internationally in Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. If you are a writer, a blogger, a content creator, or someone who has even thought about joining the wonderful world of online creation, make your way to New York City, July 16th through the 18th. I provided links for you to register, get your hotel room, etc. You need to be there. Believe in yourself enough to invest in a weekend that could literally change your life. I'll see you in New York.